Okay.
And
Is it?
yeah,
Yeah, it was an instant loop. Now we're back. Jeez. Oh,
and you get it off of the starting soon screen.
yeah, it's off now. It's been off. Okay. Well, wait one sec.
You gotta resell that shit because that shit was not heard. Fuck.
Dude, what is happening?
I don't know.
Dude, I might have to redo the freaking
Okay,
stream.
I
Yeah,
see it.
because it's crashing.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it works.
yeah,
now.
it wasn't. Is it working now?
All right, yeah, I can hear us now. We're
Alright, we
good.
good.
Okay. Jeez.
Don't
Apologize for
touch anything.
the freaking technical difficulties.
Damn.
Yeah. Intros. I guess we got to redo that. Overleveled podcast. We have Alish, Bless Red, and got to talk about games. Going to be informative, quick about these topics because I know it is late. Shout out to people watching as a VOD and everything like that. And of course, we're going to talk about the games that we played. Judgment, got to say, top tier, up there with Kiwami 2. Style of gameplay, phenomenal. And the only thing I have complaints about, friend events, think that's not good. But in terms of story, it's up there. In terms of set pieces, it's up there with Kiwami 2. It has the epic fights that you could expect in top tier quality from the Yakuza franchise. And it'll be a different comparison I make with Like a Dragon. But overall, it is a really good game. But before going to like a Dragon, gotta say I played Death's Door for a couple hours. Really cool game. Haven't beaten it yet. Very like Zelda style esque game published by Devolver Digital. Think it's really really good. The biggest thing I could take away from Death's Door is I really dig the soundtrack a lot for that game, and art style is really good as well. And another game I've been recently playing, and shout out to Soda Poppin because he was streaming the game, and that was Eldest Souls. If you're into like boss rush Souls like games, game is for you. I've been playing it. I think I'm on the fourth boss, and overall, it's a really good game. Great soundtrack.
Yes,
It's an indie game, of course, as well. $17 right now. Suggest if you guys are interested in that type of genre of game, go pick it up. I believe it's only on Steam as of now, currently. Don't know. I don't think it's on any consoles. So yeah,
well, yeah, it is.
it is.
It's on the Xbox.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
on the
on
Xbox. Eldest Souls. Okay.
Oh, I'm
Eldest
bugging.
Souls.
I thought you said I thought you were still talking about Death's Door.
No, Death's Door. Yeah, no. I was talking about Eldest Souls.
My bad.
Because I went
My bad.
to Eldest Souls. Because I'm saying like I have no idea if this is on console. Death's Door, yeah, very much on console for Xbox. But this title, I don't believe it is. It's just on Steam currently.
PC exclusive.
May migrate to consoles later, but overall, really, really good game. Been enjoying it, and yeah, check it out if you're interested in that game. And last but not least, I played Like a Dragon, put a lot of hours into the game, and I think, what can I say about Like a Dragon? I'm literally like achievement away from getting like all the achievements basically in the game, and I can say RPG wise, it is a good RPG. Now, did I want this in a Yakuza mainline title? No, I didn't want that. But it is not inherently a bad game. And the story wise, I overall like the story. There are some conflicts within the story that go like, with a certain character. I'm just like, that kind of conflicts with 6 a little bit.
Yeah, I don't even want that on.
But whatever, because at the conclusion of 6, there's a certain character, and then they try to make it known in 7, and then you're like, okay, why are you showing up? That to me, like, and then you're like, oh, but I can't intervene, but you kind of slightly already did. But, whatever. It is what it is.
Why do you think I hate 6 so much?
Hey, man,
Like,
listen.
oh my god.
Listen, I mean, at this point, like, it is what it is. Um, but I feel you don't get those. I can say this as well. You will not get those really cool action set pieces I've said for like Kiwami 2, as well
Mm.
as like Judgment.
Mhm.
I think the only equivalent of that might have been literally like the last boss
Mhm.
with the quick time events, even though that still wasn't even comparable to like Judgment or even
Yeah.
Kwame 2 for that matter. And I was like, damn, that was missing in this game because it's an RPG now. And it is what it is. They have its twists and turns, like the mainline Yakuza games, and still, I think overall it is a good story. Very much they say this that Ichiban's his own character. They're not trying to replace him with a certain character. He's his own individual character. Yes, I played the game. He's not a clone of Kiru at all.
Yeah,
He's
he's not.
very
That's why his
much
combat's different.
yeah, and his
That's why his combat's different.
personality isn't like Hero at all as
Yeah.
well. So he's his own individual character. I can appreciate that they don't try to like make him replace even the legend himself, right? They even state that even in like the like optional final boss. So I'm like I appreciate that. Going forward with like let's say 8, I have no idea what they can do because there's a huge like twist in terms of like the conclusion of Like a Dragon that I don't know in terms of Yakuza where they go from there in terms of like the organization or anything like that. But of course, they said there's going to be more games, so I have no idea how they're going to do that, and
Mhm.
it's going to be interesting to say the least in terms of story wise where they'll go, and it'll be interesting how Judgment takes place after Like a Dragon, Lost Judgment. So it's going to be interesting seeing the aftermath of Like a Dragon and so forth. But like I said, overall, recommend it if you're into like RPGs and maybe this is like your first title. But if you're like a Yakuza purist that wants your brawler combat and epic set pieces, like I can't really recommend it. Me, I'm just like I still like it, but I still go like, damn. I kind of wish that they kept in line with the main line and just change up the combat in different titles and not just
Mhm.
change the whole genre in of itself. But it is what it is. But yeah, Bless, what have you been playing?
Uh, Ascent, the Ascent, or how some people call it, the Decent. Uh, I think it's a good game so far. Not amazing, obviously. Uh, Story lacking. I don't know if we're gonna talk about. I guess it may be like a topic later on, but uh, lacking story. I mean, the story is there. It's just uninteresting. Gameplay is fun, so that's all that matters, really. I'm going through it. The RPG mechanics with the are good. I like the weapons and the different weapons and the different what do you call it, attributes to those weapons, and I like the leveling up system and whatnot. And the graphics look fucking insane for or a team made by 15 people.
Mhm.
Graphics look fucking insane, so that's really nice. That game has a lot of technical problems though, like co-op problems where people having like weird texture problems and like things that are invisible. Or I had a problem earlier where there was two robots, a boss for a boss. When I'm playing by myself, I died, and then there was just one robot. So it's like game is like not properly balancing for if you're playing by yourself or with co-op. Like it's a lot of technical problems, and DX12 is completely broken. The game has retracing on PC, only on PC, but it's broken. So yeah, a lot of technical problems with that. I just beat Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked. I kind of fucking hated it, to be honest. I'm sorry, you gotta hold that. I don't know. I just there's just multiple aspects I didn't like. I didn't like how you can't explore the planets really. It's more like you're going along this linear mission structure that's really short, and they have like 10 missions per planet. It's like, oh, and they're like 2-minute missions. It's like I don't know who the fuck thought. I hate it. I don't like. There's only like three side characters in the game that are relevant, and the script isn't really funny. Music isn't the best. I don't know. It's just it's like it feels like a throwaway game for me.
Oh, I have one question. Do you think the script is worse in 2016 or better?
I laughed in 2016.
Wow. Okay.
I think the script is worse.
Okay.
At least how I remember it. I haven't played 2016 since 2016. So,
Mm-hmm.
but how I remember it, I thought it was decently funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's like, it's probably the worst Ratchet I played. I also played I don't know if I talked about Up Your Arsenal. Up Your Arsenal is a much better game. I like that a lot more.
Cap.
It is definitely a much better game. But yeah. What else have I been playing? I guess I talked about Battlefield before. Oh, I played a game called Boomerang X, which is a really cool indie game made by Devolver Digital. They never miss. Amazing game. And Death's Door. I also beat Death's Door, which is another game published by Devolver Digital. And that game is amazing. I love the music. I love the ambience. I love the natural sound of the wind and shit in the game. I love the Metroidvania aspect. People compare it to like an old school Zelda. I can understand that. Really good game. Like the boss battles. The final boss is really fucking cool. I like that. I like that shit. And overall, I think that game is a really great. I think that's kind of it, honestly. Yeah. What about you, Alicia?
So I got back into Final Fantasy 14. I am 9. Last time I played, I'm on the Dragoon class, so I upgraded to. I'm honestly just gonna pick it back up again in September. I dropped it for now. Of course, I'm still playing Valorant. I'm getting tapped every whenever I peek it, but I'm living sometimes. I tried the Cold War Zombies map, Magder Toten, which is like a German setting zombies map. Definitely has the best setting that I've so far in the Cold War Zombies world, but it still has a lot of the same issues that Cold War Zombies has. It's just very lackluster, the entire Zombies experience. But my favorite map so far in the Cold War, and then the game that, the best game of the month, the best game of the summer so far, Neo World Ends With You. This game, as someone who, the first World Ends With You had a lot of great stuff included. Like, for example, difficulty. You can adjust your level, like go to like below your current level, and like what that does is you get more like items, and you can use it to get rare pins or get more items. So you can sell it, and then you can increase your stats or buy new clothes. And leveling in this game is only increases your HP. So for attack, defense, and style, you have to buy food, which requires money, and so on and so forth. So pretty much, the higher difficulty that you place on yourself, the more rewards you get, and thus will make your character stronger. So that's always, I really like that loop. That's a very creative difficulty loop that a lot of games they don't really have, especially JRPGs don't really have that. Presentation is amazing. It has a really nice comic book art style, and it's very clean. It's not like Scarlet Nexus is a very like plain, even though like this game doesn't have as many live action cutscenes, but the difference between that and like let's say a game like Scarlet Nexus is it doesn't feel out of place. It doesn't feel like I'm being detached from the story. Like it makes you feel like it's very you're very immersed in it because after every line there's a new animation. Like they do things to make you pay attention to the screen and not just listener or whatever.
Hmm.
Gameplay is probably the biggest is definitely the biggest change, and it's probably the best change they've ever made to this game, the franchise. Again, like I think I explained it before, like it's an action RPG where each button, so you have triangle, square, R1, and holding the triggers, and each of those represents a pin ability. So it's either like a slashing ability, which is usually on triangle, a blaster ability, which is usually on a square, and then a secondary ability like a charge up ability, which is on the trigger. That like it makes the flow of combat so like easy, and it's definitely very satisfying. And you have to build up a combo using like this thing called groove. So you have a little timer on the enemy, and if you hit it with a different pin, you get an increase in your groove meter. Which, if you get it to 100% or even 200%, you can unleash a special attack. The one thing I will say is, so there are also human enemies in the game, and those are definitely the most lackluster because there's different factions, but they don't really feel different when you fight them. They all have the same abilities, they all have the same hit markers or whatever like that. Whereas the noise, they have much more in how they attack and how they maneuver. I think I'm about 6 hours into the game, and I'm still like scratching the surface on the story. There's already been a good number of twists already, and I'm very, very excited to see what this game has in story. Definitely recommended so far. It's gonna have a PC release later in the summer. Who knows? Square is kind of iffy with PC sometimes. But
They're missing their Nexus.
Yeah, they're
They
missing
don't
their
have
Nexus.
Nexus,
They
so
don't
it's
have
like,
Nexus anymore.
damn, bro. It was gonna come out summer. Now this bitch got pulled back to 2023. God damn it.
But what else can I say about the game? The characters, each of the characters have their place. They have great funny lines already. There's this one girl who's like, she's on the cover, so it's not a spoiler, but her thing is like, I wasn't speaking to you. So this is other character who like whenever he says something, she's always like, I don't think I was speaking to you. And it like it happens so much, but the way she delivers it is so funny, and it's always just like a gut punch. You feel for the guy. And so yeah, so it's pretty good. And like there's other references to the first game. Like I just feel like this game is gonna really just expand at some point. I'm really looking forward to it. This is what the first game should have been. Like terms of like just overall quality. This is what the first game should have been. Soundtrack amazing. I didn't care for the first game soundtrack that much, even though it was widely praised. I didn't really care for it. This one is different. The song Revelation, the Japanese version, is my jam right now. There's also one last thing. There's also like they have an English and Japanese version of some songs in the game, which is really cool. That's just like a nice addition. And yeah, Neo World Ends With You is out now. Will be out for PC later, and is definitely a recommend. I'm really liking it.
That combat sounds like Tales of Berseria. Without the groove thing though.
Mm-hmm.
But
What's that?
you could put different attacks on different buttons.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Like it really fixed the. Glad they took that from that game.
Yeah.
Reddit? Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm here just making sure. Overall, that was a good list of games that we've all played. Only thing I want to piggyback off of, which I guess we could talk about, is the Ascent. It's on Game Pass. Xbox version on Metacritic was 64, PC 74. I know
Yellow.
Xbox fans were getting mad that the PC
Yellow.
version scored higher. I do believe the game would have scored higher on PC if it was not for the technical issues that I've experienced. I know a lot of my co-op friends have experienced way worse than I've experienced. And listen, I mean, they are a team of 15, but at the end of the day, they did put out a product that was, buggy and, having technical issues. Sometimes stuttering happens. Sometimes, frame drops in terms of explosions. And I'm just like, gosh dang. And Bless did say, and I agree with him 100%, was that the story is just not very interesting. And that's kind of sad in a cyberpunk world. At the end of the day, I think the big thing is, of course, the gameplay is really fucking good in the game, and it's just satisfying with the guns and killing enemies and all
It
that.
sounds like they try to make it. They wanted to make it so fucking unique, and they wanted to push their world, but it just kind of falls flat. Like the first NPC you meet, you're talking to, and he's just saying a bunch of words you don't know what they mean. And it's just like, okay, what does any of this mean, and why does it matter to me?
You know what it reminds
And
me of? It's like Biomutant with where they're like just like speaking random word, like not even word voices.
I guess, yeah.
With their language, the alien language.
Oh,
It's just like I get what they're trying to do. It's like, oh, they're speaking a different language, but make it where it's like, I don't know, like personally I'd rather have the Mass Effect way where it's like everyone's speaking the same language, I guess. I don't know.
Mhm.
I was talking about the main NPC,
Yeah.
the guy you talked to. But yeah, the random people not speaking English is like,
And
okay,
and taking
well,
side missions
yeah,
from
no.
them too, and they're just like, saying something. I'm just like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm supposed to read this. All right, okay, cool. I guess I don't know. But better side missions than Scarlet Nexus. At least it has a waypoint.
Wait, I thought Scarlet Nexus had a waypoint too, though. Didn't it not? Did it
And their
not?
side missions, no.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry. I thought I meant the Bond episodes. Yeah, those side missions were ass. I didn't do those. Like after the first one, I did not do any of them.
Yeah,
Those were ass.
but yeah. There's the co-op problems, the texture, like maps not loading, Game Pass problems,
That
the Game
Pass,
Pass
bro.
version not being the same because it doesn't have DX12 with ray tracing problem. There's a lot of problems with this game. I'll say that. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Hmm?
I thought you were gonna say something about
No.
Game Pass.
Oh, well, I mean, nothing really else to say about the worst value in gaming. So Oh, actually, the games this month for Game Pass looking really nice.
Oh yeah.
They're looking really, really, really fire.
Yeah, but this dev has a lot of work to do. I'm just gonna keep playing it on by myself. I'm playing it on hard difficulty. There's been I've fought some tough boss battles by myself, but nothing too hard for me to be like, all right, damn, I'm just stuck. I need to turn down the difficulty. That may happen though, because apparently Kid Smooth was playing solo his basically entire run, and he got to a point where it probably like thought he was playing co-op, and like the enemies just there's multiple enemies, and they're like they wouldn't die even from an entire clip from his gun. So it's like, yeah, there's no surviving. They do massive damage. So hopefully I don't get to a part where it's like that bad, but it's a fun game so far. I'm enjoying it. I don't know how I feel in 20 hours, but so far I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I guess we can now talk about EA Play. Not really a lot of really cool announcements, but of course I want to talk about a interesting announcement that did happen. But of course, go through the list. Grid Legends coming out 2022, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X. Of course, being developed by Codemasters. So yeah, look forward to that if you're a big racing fan. Lost in Random. This is like EA's initiative for indie studios. That's coming out September 10th. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X. Supposed to be like a gothic adventure that follows a girl, and that has to do with dice and all that. So that's cool. Apex Legends Season 10 showed off a new character. If you guys look forward to that.
Woo!
Anything? Oh, and Knockout City Season 2. Never even heard of this game, but
Oh, you never heard of it?
no, that's the thing.
You didn't hear about
What?
Knockout
No,
City?
I've
What
never
the
heard
fuck?
of Knockout. That's the funniest part. I was like, "What's Knockout?" I guess like as a
That's
second
fucking
season.
random.
Jeez.
How the hell did you not hear about that game, bro? The dodgeball game, bro.
Yeah.
No.
They had like a free weekend or something.
But
Um,
that girl game looked interesting. I like the art style. I don't the gameplay of it looks very basic. But that art style, the Tim Burton shit, I love it. So I'm a
yeah,
keep
that
watching
to
it.
me reminds me of Tim Burton, not Psychonauts 2.
Bro, we gonna
Psychonauts
talk
2
about
does
that?
not look like Tim Burton. But we'll talk more about Psychonauts 2 in a little bit.
Psychonauts.
Um,
Yeah. I'll say Psychonauts 2 reminds me of James and the Peach or wherever that movie is.
mhm.
That Peach movie. That's what it reminds me of. But yeah.
Yep, and I would say the second biggest announcement, Battlefield Portal. Essentially, you're combining weapons, vehicles, maps, and all that from all the different Battlefield games. 1942, Bad Company 2, 3, as well as Battlefield 2042. I don't know about 4, but I believe those are the ones that they talked about, and you get to like create
Yeah.
your own like setup, not like your own maps, but your own setups and servers and all that, and basically have a blast. I think that's really dope. And
Create your own goddamn game modes.
yeah,
Mm.
and I did say Apex Legends, yeah, new character. Don't really care about that. And then the big one, I knew was happening. I was like, they're
You
literally
gonna
gonna
skip past Battlefield though?
What? I thought we just talked about Portal.
I mean, you talked about it, but
Oh yeah.
y'all not excited for that?
I mean,
I'm on that Valorant, bro. I ain't trying to.
Oh
I ain't,
damn.
I'm on
Really,
that
bro?
Valorant. I'm on a game that actually takes aim, bro. I gotta learn how to aim. You know.
Damn. I mean, that's true. That's true.
Aim. Yeah, bro.
Fucking
Get
aiming.
you know.
You gotta aim,
Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. You gotta tap heads. Ding, ding, ding. Triple
and
kill.
then you go to the battlefield.
No, you go to Battlefield first because it's a better game.
Damn.
Bruh, Portal sounds like the best thing to happen to Battlefield like since its existence. That shit sounds incredible. Be able to make your own game modes, defibs versus knives, lit. Fucking the tank versus EOD bots, amazing.
They gotta make infected. They gotta have infected.
Bro, that shit, they probably will have an infected. Like, well, somebody will make it. Somebody will fucking make it for sure. Like,
all or nothing. I missed that. Oh, like all the modern modes that they add in there, they should bring those. Someone should make all of them because those modes are really fun.
That shit is gonna be incredible. Now we can move.
Yep. Then the last one, the big one, the one that we've all guessed, and it was true. They saved it for last. I knew it was literally going to be saved for last, and it is the Dead Space remake. And of course, they played that creepy song. I don't know if it was from the original Dead Space 1 or if it was Dead Space 2, but they used that, and you saw shoot off the limbs and saw Isaac's rig, and then by the end of it, it said Dead Space, and you saw the Ishimura, and then you saw the planet of where they go to with Mark and all that. And what's dope, it was true, is being made by EA Motive. They did say that they're consulting with other of the devs that worked on that game from Visceral or ex Visceral. In hindsight, it was dumb for them to literally cut off Visceral, kill them off. But now, we can't do anything about it. And it sucks. It was stupid. But, now we're getting a remake. It's supposed to be made off the Frostbite engine. They're supposed to be also bringing us content that was cut from the original game into the game, taking stuff from like the comics, incorporating in the game. And they're supposed to basically like do a RE2 remake of sorts, and keeping the core essence of the story still intact, and hopefully not making it actiony, just keeping it that horror survival game. Because like I said, Dead Space 1 to me is in terms of survival horror the best, but if you want to say gameplay balance, it would be Dead Space 2. And hopefully they don't fuck it up. I don't think they will. I'm hoping they won't. But overall, I'm really hyped. And like I said, it's supposed to be on next gen consoles. Nothing's gonna hold this back. And I'm very excited for it. And I can't wait to see more from the game. And hopefully we can see more by next year. So yeah, what do you think, Blessed?
All I gotta say is to quote Dave Oshiri, Visceral died for what? For what reason? For what? They died because EA was like, we don't want to pay for you no more. Like, there's no fucking reason as to why they died. That's their series. They're known for that series, and they died. Because EA was like, oh, let's fucking put co-op in Dead Space 3 and make it a fucking action game. And make you work on Battlefield Hardline for some fucking reason. And then Star Wars. And then we cut you right when you're in the middle of Star Wars. It's like, the fuck? Why did they die? Why didn't you just make them make a Dead Space game? What the fuck? I don't know. That shit's fucking cursed. But I'm excited. But still, rest in peace, Visceral.
Yep. What about you, Elise?
I ain't got much to say. I never played Dead Space. I was too young when those games came out. But I'll get this. I'm glad that EA seems to be turning itself around, and it's huge. It's really honestly really great to see because I didn't think they could do it, to be honest. So I'm waiting on Dead Space remake. Hopefully it's not $90 Canadian. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do. I'll just to see.
Basically, they got their head out their fucking ass. They
Well,
did
yes and no.
the not.
Did they have a new
Nintendo.
CEO or like new management? Did they change
No.
it?
I don't think so. They just saw the
Okay.
success from Jedi
Star
Fallen
Wars?
Order and
Yeah, that was
as well
huge
as
for them.
Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure remake RE2 remake kind of was like, oh shit, we need to do like that, and
Mhm.
everyone loves
It's good
Dead
to see.
Space, so they're like, oh, we're gonna kind of do that type of formula, which hey man makes sense. Overall, like I said, they confirmed no microtransactions in the game. A very single player game, and that's all we can hope for. I agree. EA is changing themselves or turning it around. And I say yes and no. Reason why I say yes and no is because in terms of like the games we care about is yes, they are turning things around, but when it comes to like their sports games, they will just destroy their consumers when it comes to their sports franchises like FIFA and Madden.
Oh yeah,
And,
they're fucked.
But you don't expect them to like be consumer friendly with their sports games,
Yeah.
though. Like you don't expect them to be like that. Like I don't
Doesn't
really
mean
hold
they
that against
can't.
them.
But
They don't have to. I don't really hold that against them, to be honest.
I will
Like,
say the
they-
consumers are
yeah.
conditioned to it though. And it is
Oh,
what it is.
absolutely.
It's like
Yeah,
firstly,
absolutely.
it's like you gotta speak with your wallets, and the consumers don't. The consumers
The
buy
problem,
that
the
shit
problem with
up,
doing,
so-
yeah, even if you do, there's still like 9 million other people that will not.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
I hope they do binaural audio like Resident Evil did. That will take the audio to the next level.
mm-hmm.
And honestly, if you haven't played the originals, you probably should. Because I mean, they still hold up nowadays, which is what I can say about a lot of games from 2007.
I played like right now. I'm also playing co-op Dead Space 3 with Blaze. We've been not playing as of much lately. It's like on and off type of thing. Like I said, that's basically the worst out of the whole franchise. But like 1 and 2, I remember playing last year, and I fucking love those games. I'm still like Dead Space 1 to me still best work. But yeah, we can go into right now the Steam Deck, and this created a big type of shitstorm I didn't expect for it to create. The funny thing was, it's like Valve did this intentionally, was like the pre-orders were going up for the Switch OLED. Literally, like minutes before like pre-orders were going up, Valve had their interview with IGN. IGN, of course, broke the story first, and they were like, "Boom." And then the people that were like PC gamers that were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a Switch OLED," and now they were like, "Shit, I don't want the Switch OLED no more. I want
I don't want to
literally
play
the
with you
Steam
no
Deck."
more.
Steam Deck. And what was so interesting about this handheld Steam Deck is it's literally a portable PC, and Valve said it themselves. It's like you could do whatever the fuck you want with it. If you want to like wipe Steam OS off of it, you can. If you want to install Windows 10, you can. If you want to install Xbox Game Pass, Rockstar's launcher, any launcher you can. Discord you can. It's literally a portable PC, and it's really cool. And guess what? They said it has Bluetooth, something the Switch does not have for whatever
Yes,
fucking
sir.
reason. It's like, thank goodness Bluetooth's on there, and
5.0 too.
yeah, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And what's really dope about this as well, it's like, yeah, you have like the mouse pads with track pads or whatever in this form factor, which is dope if you're trying to play like League of Legends or anything like that. That's really cool. And they even said that this Proton based Steam OS will be able to play all the games, only I believe that Destiny, Apex, a couple others, they're working on it because of the anti-cheat. So currently, right
Yeah.
now, you're not. They're those titles aren't going to be able to work on the Steam Deck, and they also are trying to. They're not trying, but they are creating their own dock, right? But they even said you could do third-party peripherals with a USB-C going into HDMI, and boom, there you go. Personally, what I really love about this, it's like now I don't have to bring either my PS5 or B my lug around my PC if I'm going out to literally go out of state, do anything, and I can just bring my Steam Deck with literally my whole library of games, and that's really really dope to do. And also we've gotten the specs of the Steam Deck, and what's really dope is CPU is AMD Zen 2 based, core counts 4 cores, 8 thread, clock speed 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz. GPU is based on an AMD RDNA 2. Really important thing to note: GPU compute units 8, and then the clock speed for the GPU 1 to 1.6 gigahertz. RAM 16 gigabytes, like way better than the Switch. Like way better. All this stuff is way better than the Switch. As LPDDR5 at 5,500 MTs, 32-bit quad channel storage. We'll get more into that with these the models.
Pricing.
And display is 7-inch LCD touchscreen, a resolution 1280 by 800, refresh rate 60 hertz, audio stereo speakers, 3.5 millimeter jack, dual mics, USB Type C, and Bluetooth, and connectivity Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB Type C with display port 1.4, support battery 40 WHR, size 11.7 by 4.6 by 1.8 inch, and weights about 1.47 pounds. And here we go with the models. You have the $399 dollar version, which is 64 gigabyte like flash storage. Then you have the $529 dollar 256 gigabyte NVMe, and then the $649 version, which is a 512 gigabyte, the fastest NVMe that they have. And you also have anti-glare etched screen. And all I can say, it's really beefy, and it's like I've been saying, portable PC could do whatever you want. Emulations for like old games or anything like that. You've already seen emulations with old games on Vita, PSP. Very much, this will also you could do that with emulation as well. And what I said is like it was really dope that they did this, and this is literally their first hardware that they've done. And what I mean by that, people say, well,
Yeah.
what about the Steam box? It's like, no, they license that out. Meaning, boom, like, hey,
They never made
said
their own.
company, you want to, have Steam OS, fine, but we're not making it. This
Yeah.
even has the branding of Valve on it, like literally on the back of the Steam Deck Valve. This is their first hardware, and they were really in the lap with this. And I hope, and it seems like a lot of people are very interested. And what I mean by a lot, it's not to the freaking like how do I say the attention of like Nintendo, but there is a group of people willing to buy this product. There is hype around said product, and I definitely feel like that we may get a Steam Deck 2 or different iterations, and hopefully we can do this because right now Nintendo, even though people say it's a hybrid console, right now it's like the only handheld console in the market. Whereas the Steam Deck, if we get this, you get higher end graphics. Like literally, you could play like older games or anything like that. Only downside, of course, is sacrifices were made in terms of battery. Like if you want to play higher settings or high FPS, your battery will go out the window. So it's like if you plan on like being out in public or something like that, I guess get a huge battery pack. Not a huge battery pack, like a
Yeah.
PC battery pack, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
those
I have
Nintendo
a
Switch battery
10,000.
packs.
yeah. I
something
have
like
one of
that.
those. I have like, two for
Mm-hmm.
10,000 battery pack. It's really helpful.
Exactly. But like overall, like I'm really happy. I got mine pre-ordered, and it's coming Q1 2022. So that's really good for me, I guess. I wish I was in December. Some people are are Q2 because of how late they got it. Um, like I said, I did think the reservation was good and bad. Good in terms of, hey, if you bought games before June, you have the opportunity to buy or reserve a $5 fee for the Steam Deck. And this prevents scalpers from creating a new account. They had the opportunity, of course, to scalp Sunday when that happened that week. But overall, really, really like I'm gonna be really happy for the system playing like the older games. Then you're gonna have compromises, of course, when you're playing like the newer titles and maybe some of the current games. Cyberpunk, different story. Probably it's not gonna run that great. But when it comes like
Yeah.
the older games and and like maybe PS4 games and downwards, then yeah. But don't expect like how can I say this, like Dead Space remake to like run well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
For me,
I'm super excited about it
even from
a technology standpoint because I like technology. I think something like this is really cool. There were other devices like this before, but they're all like Indiegogo campaigns where they have small budgets and like, oh, they hit their limit and they're like not shipping them anymore. There's like the Ioneo, the One X player, the GPD Win 3, some examples. So like they exist, like PC handheld, they exist. It's just like they're very far and few and far between. That's the thing. So having something like this, like a Valve, a big company, actually come out, produce their own stuff with a custom architecture chip, this is big news. And I already reserved mine Only $5 to reserve it. It's not a pre-order. It's a reservation. So I reserved the 650 model, which is the highest one. It's the 512 gigabyte SSD one. I can't wait. First thing I'm probably gonna do, probably just gonna install Windows on it, like the first thing. At that point, because I'm in Q2 of 2021 or 2022, so at that point in time, people already have a ton of videos on how to put Windows on it, and like they'll have performance analysis, like how's good your battery life on Windows versus using just the Linux. So that all that information will probably be out by then. So I can't wait. I want to just have it as like an indie game and emulation machine. Just download Dolphin, download RPCS3, download PCSX2, and just play all the indie games I have on Steam and like Epic Game Store or anywhere else as much as I want.
Nice.
Only other thing I add is really, it really this device really feels a niche. I think Bless mentioned it earlier. Like it really fills a niche that the PC space have. I would honestly use it for my and especially for my emulating. As of now, I'm back and forth between my 2DS and my Switch for emulation on the go. So this Steam Deck would by far just fill that void. I don't know how the buttons, how close they are to analog stick. I don't know how that's gonna play out. So, hopefully that doesn't feel too as bad as it looks. But I'm definitely like if I was a kid, if this was me 6 years ago when I really was knee deep in portable gaming, I would definitely buy it. But just the fact that I'm not much in it anymore, just
Your mic has been cutting out.
This
I don't know.
fuck.
I don't know if you're like.
I'm not sure. This mic, it's a headset mic. Really finicky.
Oh, that's probably why.
Hopefully I didn't lose too much, but pretty much just like if this was me 6 years ago, and if I had more into portable gaming like I was back then, I would. But I definitely will buy this on like a price drop or something like that, or Steam Deck 2 when they sort of refine some first time hardware kinks or whatever like that. So, but very impressed. I'm very impressed by this, and people that are trying to equate this to the Switch, terms of like, oh, underpowered, like this is a complement. It's not a main device, and it fills a very specific role that it fills very well. So, shout out to Valve because they did something that really no one else just tried to do to this level. So shout out to them.
And piggybacking off that, couple things. People were complaining about the lowest tier model being 64 gigs, and it's only eMMC memory. That is bad. Don't get me wrong. That is bad. But what you can do to mitigate such terrible memory and slow memory is to get an SSD, because it actually supports SSD expansion on all the models. So you could get like a terabyte or 512 gigabyte SSD and spend less money on that or you spend less money on that and still be under the 650 model in terms of pricing. So you can do that. That is a possibility. And what was the other thing I was going to say?
I would also like mention though, like I believe Valve said, like you can. It's just it will void the warranty, I believe, on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, because you have to take it apart. You have to open it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of what do you call it? Right to repair, whatever that nonsense is. But
maybe.
Yeah, but and another thing, the pricing of it is so crazy because keep in mind the other models I said before, their starting price is like $750, and they go all the way up to like two grand. So starting at $400, and it's not even arguably. The base model is stronger than most of the other PC handhelds because it's running RDNA 2. There's the 1X player is running Intel chip with XE graphics, which is their new graphics, but that starts at like $1,200.
Yeesh.
So comparing that to this is $400. It also has like a better screen and whatnot, but it's like considering where it's going, Valve is definitely selling this at a loss.
Oh yeah, they said like they had to make some compromises and all that. They're
Yeah.
definitely selling it at a loss. But like I said,
This probably takes like 500, 450 at least to manufacture that shit.
yeah, like I said, like if people are interested, like I said, but have the reviews come out and the reviews are great and all that. Support this so we can get a Steam Deck too. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Yeah. And the greatest thing about this is like even if they stop support for it, you'll still have support because Windows.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they're gonna make their money either way if because Steam is its own what do you call it? Its own storefront. The other fellows, they couldn't do that. Neo, they had to make their money up front from the initial purchase. They don't have any software to sell, so that's how Valve is like, fuck it, we're gonna just bite the bullet and just take a loss in the beginning and just hope fellas just keep buying Steam games.
Oh yeah, of course they're gonna people keep buying Steam games with the Steam sales, indie games that come to Steam. They're definitely going to with that 30% cut for the games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you don't need a Switch for indies anymore. You really don't need a Switch for indies anymore. You can just get a Steam Deck.
Yep.
Honestly. So.
You got all the same games.
Yep, and more because some games don't come to Switch.
Yep.
Sure.
Or PC.
Yep. Guess gotta say, man, it was so weird seeing like Nintendo fans get ruffled up by the Steam Deck. It was just funny to me to see on the timeline people getting upset, people just going like, "Oh, the Switch OLED is better than the Steam Deck." It's like
It plays Nintendo games.
I was like, "Gosh dang, Baron." 2 minutes. Like, listen, man. Shout out to Baron.
Not even
Man's at
Baron. Look at the thread.
like the man's in AEW. I know, but he's the most popular one out of the bunch. And he's like, Switch OLED better than Steam Deck. For what reason? Because the OLED. And it's like, listen, I love me some OLEDs. Don't get me wrong. Got an OLED TV. But that shit
I wouldn't play on
as hell.
I wouldn't play on a PS2 because it's connected to an OLED versus playing on a PS5 that's connected to an LCD screen.
Exactly. It's like,
sorry,
bro,
I'm taking a new console. Bro.
That OLED ain't gonna help 360p. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is still gonna look like 360p.
And if the argument is, oh, the Switch has exclusives, nah, the Steam Deck can play those Switch games.
Yes,
and
sir.
probably better.
Yep.
Yuzu is getting better each and every day, and Ryujinx. So,
which one's better, like emulator wise?
Performance wise, I think Yuzu.
Cons, right?
Yeah, they both have pros and cons. Yuzu is currently better, I think, because they just did a big update that gave great performance across the board on like every game. It was crazy. Ryujinx is better because it has resolution scaling, but Yuzu probably has better performance. So
okay, that's good.
But like I said, man, ruffle people's feathers. People just like I don't know. It was more like people wanted to defend their
purchase.
It's like, bro, it's like be happy that there's like another device and people can bring their Steam library on the go. It's really dope.
Nintendo fans can't be happy. They're incapable of being happy.
It's just like, bro, it's like I'm happy I could play like my Arkham games on the fucking go if I feel like
Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight VR mission.
stuff like that. Like if I want to play fucking Yakuza Kiwami 2, shit like that. Shit
Yes,
that
sir.
that Nintendo fans were begging. And that Switch ain't
Mm.
gonna handle that shit. It's like,
Nope.
bro, it's like, be fucking happy. It's like, if you're really like wanting these games and you're saying like, I want portability, it's like, bro, then get the fucking Steam Deck. Like these games you're not gonna get. Resident Evil 7, bro, on the Switch it's fucking streaming. That shit I can play on the fucking Steam
Yeah.
Deck.
Not even native. It gotta stream that shit.
Fucking hell. And like I said,
That
dude, it
shit
was
is-
fun. Did you see Ubisoft's comment though? They're like, we'll think about putting our games on the Steam Deck. It's like, bro, what? It's like, yo, I just gotta download the launcher and play your games. What are you talking about? And I believe that it also releases on Steam or sometimes Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I just get the launcher. That's it. You don't have to
Yep.
fucking think about putting on the device because guess what? It just works.
Yep.
Like freaking Ubisoft is just dumb. Like, I guess we can transition to Ubisoft, man. They're honestly Ubisoft overall.
What do they do?
They're having this new game, Tom Clancy game. It's like what Defiant or Defiant,
Oh, yeah,
something like
X
that.
X Defiant, bro.
Something like
Tom
that.
Clancy is rolling in his grave
Yo,
right
those
now.
graphics look awful. What? They look like mobile. Like it looks like a mobile game.
Bro, they're
Yeah.
trying to fucking catch the
So
fades,
bad.
bro. They're catching
Looks so
fades.
bad.
They're trying to like, I don't know, capture
You know,
these
Rajo?
like fades and like
Can I just-
hopefully get so much money.
I just thought of it. This reminds me of Metro Prime Federation Force. Like, it's like they're trying to They're just Metroid Prime Fed. You don't remember Metroid Federation Force?
I feel like I
Remember
heard of that name before,
was
but
bad.
that shit.
It was really
I
bad.
It
don't
was
know what that
it
is.
was that Metroid game on 3DS that was like just like not what people wanted from the name of the game, you know? And like
Yeah.
a Tom Clancy game, like this is not what people want. It's just like a cash trick, a cash grab.
Oh, okay.
Looks really
Shit.
bad.
Yeah, this is 100% a cash grab. They probably spent like two dimes and a ham and cheese on this game. That's what that's their funding on this shit. Like, I don't know. This
Bruh.
game is about to be bad. They already releasing like betas for it, like beta codes or whatnot.
It looks like a mobile game. It's crazy.
I don't know,
Listen,
man.
Ubisoft just be catching L's. So,
Ubisoft is lost in the sauce. Activision is what the fuck. EA is the only one that's like, bro, like we're making smart decisions now.
Yes, sir.
It's the only one. But
Like
yeah,
dubs.
I don't know what to say with Ubisoft, man. I don't know what they're doing with Siege. I stopped playing that game because it's just they changed it too much. The identity has changed too much. I mean, it's still a cool game, but like the identity has changed, and the abundance of cheaters apparently is just making people not want to play it. So
Mhm.
I don't know. They need a new title that's like, I don't even know, man. Just bring out Splinter Cell. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anymore.
bro, at this point, do you really want Ubisoft to be making Splinter Cell? This
I
current
don't know,
Ubisoft?
bro.
Come on, man.
I
You know the damn answer. You do not want Ubisoft to
What-
do that shit.
Question is, what the fuck else are they gonna do? They're gonna make a Watch Dogs 4, bro? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they gotta make a new IP that somebody gives a fuck about, man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I guess we can go into the Activision situation real quick. I'm not gonna go too into it because there's like a lot to like go into. Basically,
Yeah.
Activision Blizzard. I believe it's mostly like the Blizzard component of Activision. Found out there's a lot of allegations. California investigating them. It's been a 2-year investigation. Essentially, a lot of like sexual like allegations. People not getting paid correctly in terms of women and all this stuff, and it's pretty bad. And it seems like more than likely it's looking to be true in terms of allegations. and all that, and the investigations overall. I gotta say, man, um, I believe a person stepped down from Blizzard, and two people went in to take up the spot. There was somebody that I didn't know, and there was Mike Ybarra. That is now for like the Blizzard side of things. Overall,
Mhm.
really bad, and of course, I believe they're gonna like lose money in the process. Activision when it comes to like paying for the lawsuits, and I believe there's like another lawsuit coming into it. And overall, it's disgusting, of course. And do I think that this is going to affect the sales of their games? No, I very much don't think that's going to be the case. Just because we're in the hardcore, like we're looking at the news in terms of this, and that how do I just say? To me, boycotting when it comes to movies, video games don't tend to work. And
Yeah.
we're like the casuals make up the market of the video game. And when it comes to like Overwatch stuff like Call of Duty, there's a lot of like people that don't really like see that type of stuff, and of course they're gonna play the game. And like I said, it's like you go into like the morals and ethics, and that goes way into like different things when it comes to clothes and all this stuff. It's like personally, it's like it's up to you what your morals and ethics are, but I always do believe there are like compromises in certain situations for people that they don't want to admit to,
Did,
and
did you
stuff like that.
see? Did you see the fucking like they're just more reports that keep coming fucking out. There's apparently an IT worker that secretly was filming
That was
colleagues in the office bathroom. Like he taped
and he pled guilty to it.
he taped a camera under a sink and was like just watching, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And other people, like, apparently there's a room for women to feed their children, like breastfeed, and fellas would walk into the doorway or in the room and just stare, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, my dude, what the fuck is going on? Office
it's-
crawls.
It's a fuck. It is just.
Like suicide. It was a
Yeah,
suicide.
that was a suicide. Yeah.
Yep.
Like this shit is absolutely blasphemous. And you know what? This probably happens across the industry, which is fucking
absolutely.
terrifying.
Well,
I think
I would say
yeah.
it happens across the industry in different other places as well, not just
Gaming. Yeah,
gaming and other things.
that happens across the like
Yeah.
all industries, which is so fucked. The only thing, the only places that was probably like highly less likely for this to happen is like indie studios, because they don't have a parent company. They're not a large conglomerate. It's like if you do something fucked, I don't know. I mean, well, they wouldn't have an HR department, but HR is really there to help the company, not the human.
Yep.
It tends to be with all HRs. It's like human resources. We're there for you. It's like, no, you're not.
No. But holy fuck, man. It just keeps getting, like, I feel like it was like almost each day it just got worse and worse. It's like, what the fuck is happening? But oh yeah, the CEO said he is stepping down, which is
Of
interesting.
Blizzard, yeah.
From Blizzard, yeah. We still got to get Bobby
Bobby Kotick
Kotick.
ain't gonna be stepping down.
You got to get the fuck out of there, but
You know
yeah,
damn well he's
Blizzard
not going
guys
to.
stepped down.
Bobby pulls in so much money for Activision. I don't think it's happening. Like I said, it's also Blizzard's will also be like the fall guy. I mean, granted, it's like allegations are coming from Blizzard, and yeah, of course, Activision owns them, but like the fall guys will be the upper management in Blizzard, and Bobby doesn't. He's not gonna get taken down. So
Agreed.
I can't believe that there was also a Bill Cosby room.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck was that about?
To be fair, for the Bill Cosby, I think it was weird, but what was it? It was in 2013 that picture was taken. Still, like optics wise, really bad. It's really
That
bad optic wise
that shit
because of
looks
now,
cursed.
because of what Bill Cosby allegations and stuff like that came like after 2013. I don't know the specific year, but it wasn't during 2013. So, not trying to like
It's
mitigate other of those allegations, but this one was like, it's just bad optics, I would say there.
of all the
For it to
people
come
to
out.
idolize and have a shrine and a room to, Bill
Yeah.
Cosby is the person. That is so fucking random and is just so cursed.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
it would
there's
have
no
been
way to spin that shit. That shit is just cursed.
Oh, I mean, there's no spinning. I mean, the allegation came way after 2013, though. To be fair,
Yeah, but that sort of stuff was like always rumored though.
was it? I mean, I don't know. I remember like mainstream media and stuff like that weren't talking about that until like what was that year? Was it 2015 or 2016?
I'm not sure,
But
but
I think it's just
that
bad optics there because I didn't even know about it until it was like the story was broken.
but yeah, that shit's hella cursed. I don't know. That company, all those people need to be burned, and also they're doing walkouts where they don't work, which is
Yeah.
cool. Getting a lot of people together for that, and hopefully this will incentivize other people to speak out about injustice and the other fucking gaming companies, because that shit is just fucking. I couldn't imagine going. I wouldn't want to work there. That just sounds fucking terrible. Imagine being a woman in that type of environment. Like, I would not want to work there. Like, I don't know. My anxiety would be through the roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else you gotta say, Alicia? I would say point the question saying like, do you think? Granted, we'll lose money and stuff like that for lawsuits, but do you think, as a whole, Activision will lose sales, or do you think, none of this because the casuals make up the market, of course, and you think the next Call of Duty is going to sell gangbusters and all their other games?
I think they'll lose sales, but not because of this, because this will lead to like, and we're already seeing. I was telling Bless, like, I think we're already seeing like a drop in quality from Activision across the board over the past few years.
Hmm.
Like I think I saw it from the fucking Linus podcast where they were talking about how WoW lost 30% of their player base during the COVID pandemic, which is like, how do you
Yeah.
lose players during like the time when people are inside the most,
yeah.
right? And like how Reforged was handled, and then now like Warzone still has no anti cheat at all. Over almost 2 years after, well, over a year after release, they have no anti cheat. Cold War is a broken mess. Cold like
Yeah.
you just see like the effects of this on all of Activision's games. The quality's just been dropping for a long time, man. That is what ultimately will bring a drop in sales. Not just sales, because yes, Call of Duty will still sell, but retention won't stick around past the first few weeks. So
Yeah.
this definitely speaks a large part to like I was just gonna say, like, this definitely supports like it's a good linkage to how much
How?
the quality of Activision games have dropped. Yeah, I was stumbling over, but yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's pretty
Yeah.
much
Me,
what it
it's
is.
like, I don't know. I don't think, like I said, when it comes to the core and stuff like that, because I listen to other people as well, and I'm pretty much on the side where people are gonna still keep buying their games. WoW, I think, is a different situation because WoW has been on a downward trend for ages now. WoW is not a good MMO, to be quite frank, and you're noticing many WoW streamers moving to Final Fantasy 14. Great MMO, by the way. And like I said, it's just like, and Blizzard employees are just not. How can I say this? When it comes to criticism for their games, and Asmongold has said this, it's like they're not good. They're not nice
They don't
when it
take it
comes
well.
to you criticizing their games and trying to have them improve it. So there's
Hmm.
that. And like I said, do I think the next Call of Duty will sell? Yes, I think. Even with like what was it, Cold War? Cold War was still selling gangbusters, even though a lot of people had complaints with it. And like I said, it's like if the casuals were so into like gaming when it comes like the news and stuff like that, maybe there would be a difference when it comes to sales. But I don't think the news will affect their sales.
You
But yes,
know what would
I will say quality. Yes, if somehow what is it, the World War II alternate reality is just really bad as they say, then it's possible.
you
I
know
can say that.
what would drop it actually? Like how Battlefront 2, people didn't really care about the Battlefront 2 stuff. Like yes, we care about it, talk about the general public. They didn't really care about it until CNN picked up the story, like CBS picked up the story, like all these if this goes to like the news outlets, then it'll have an impact, but until it makes that, that next step um into like the casual gamer's ears, like it really affect. But the quality will drop and the retention. Because yes, while Cold War does sell, they have no player base because they had 2 free weekends in. I think they have free weeks like regularly. They also had back-to-back weeks of double XP, which shows just like how dire of a state the game is in multiplayer wise. Because they didn't do that before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think that's really like the big topics we had for
Last one.
today. But you can go, Bless.
The last one is Halo.
Oh yeah, Halo. So
Halo Infinite.
We own a Halo Infinite.
Listen, bro, I'm mad about Halo. I'm so
About to
mad
go.
about Halo. Like you got
Wait,
people
what?
like Jamie, people that barely play Halo Master Chief Collection, and like shout out to Jamie, he's really cool and stuff like that. But when I was seeing other people getting these like invites that I know haven't played Master Chief Collection, I get some sort of way where I'm just like, damn. It's like, really, you're choosing these people? Really?
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
Yo,
I got invited all the other Halo Flight invitations, and this is the one that they decided not to give me the invite for.
I didn't even partake in the other Halo invites. And
That's
I have
fucking
100 hours in Master Chief Collection. But I don't really like the multiplayer in the previous Halos like that.
Gosh.
So the
Damn.
fact that I got in, it's just fucking hilarious.
So you gotta be a hater to enter the beta. Is that what you're saying?
You gotta be a hater, bro.
You gotta be a hater.
That's fucking.
I couldn't play the first day though because the website was fucked. So there's that.
Gosh. Okay.
But oh man.
Well, okay.
Ah,
So from what I
what are
heard,
you gonna say?
because I'll give you, because I know you played it. I heard overall good things about it. I did see a comparison with the sprint and walking again. Sprint a little bit
Yeah.
faster, but overall, what I've seen, you should just walk, because better to like shoot somebody than sprinting where you can't, and then because of the animation.
I'll say because that there's a sliding mechanic. I would say running still matters.
Mm-hmm.
Running, like movement is a bigger part in this game than the other ones. Obviously, running and then sliding is very effective in getting to places
right?
quickly. Yeah, like getting to power weapons quickly and like running away from somebody, or like trying to make somebody miss their shot. It's really effective.
Okay. And then I can say this affirmatively. The Halo Infinite story got leaked through the files of the beta, and I did see the leak.
Do you mind sending me it? Because I honestly don't care. I just want to see that. Apparently it's really bad.
I can say It's I won't spoil it. I will just say it is.
Is it Last of Us 2 levels of bad storytelling?
I will say it's not as good as Halo 4.
Well, Halo 4 is the best story. So
I think it may be up there with 5, maybe.
Ooh, that's bad.
wait,
Maybe.
how you go from 4 to 5? 4 has the best Halo story, and then I heard 5 has the worst.
Yeah, I know. I think it might be a
So
little
you say
bit
it's not
better.
it's not as good as 4, but it's probably 5. It's like what?
Yeah, I don't know. I
What
will
are you trying to
say,
say?
I will say there's a lot of side missions in this campaign. It's a lot of AA guns. Disable the AA guns. It's like, oh my gosh.
What the fuck?
It's like, yo, is this a Ubisoft game, my guy?
What the fuck?
Like, oh, jeez. Like I said, it's very it's like hopefully that they make a better campaign with the expansions, as I can say.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
very
damn.
much on that vibe, I think. And listen, I don't blame
That's cool.
Joseph, because it's like he came in when the campaign was already done, so there's nothing he can do.
Is it like the decision in Gears of War 5?
No.
Like, okay.
just is it is it like Ratchet and Clank deadlocked?
Is it like Ratchet? Fucking.
I'm
Which
posting it
Ratchet
in
is it
here.
like?
Just click
Okay,
that.
thank you.
You just gotta read it.
Is it like Yakuza 6?
Aw.
Oh no, man.
Shenmue 3?
Yo, wait a minute. I don't know about Shenmue 3.
Is it as good as Shenmue 3? Oh my god.
Honestly, Yakuza 6 is the Shenmue 3, except it didn't take as long. That's literally like this. That's what it is to me. Just yeah, but like, is it like that bad? You know,
Bruh.
Listen,
like
you read it. I don't think it's good. You just read it and
I
make
gotta
up
read.
your own
This shit
decision.
is long.
They have
Okay, I'll
summaries of it.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
probably just look at a summary then.
All right.
That's crazy.
But
But you go into
Uh,
your what you
my
thought about
impressions.
it. Yeah.
all right. So I think this is the best Halo multiplayer that I've played. Easily. It's the most fun. The best movement, and all right. Oh. All right. Well, I mean, you could say goodbye. Sorry.
All right, I gotta take off. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Elise has to leave early.
Yes,
Yeah,
mate.
I'm sorry about that. But just want to do my quick outro. Catch me. This is a great pod, great show, and yeah, hope to see you guys soon. So take care, y'all.
All right,
Peace.
Peace.
All right,
Peace.
peace. Now, so for Halo Infinite, so yeah, I think it's the best Halo. I really like the movement in the game. I wasn't used to the movement. I was trying to when I was first playing, like the first day or so, I was trying to get used to the aiming because I never like really zeroed in on like a good sense for the multiplayer for any of the Halo games. So I was trying to zero in on the sense and get back into the feel of the game itself, and then I focused on movement like the day 2 and day 3 of the beta. The maps, I think the maps are really good. The largest map, the third map that they released, I think it's a good map. I just from the times I played on it, I just sucked at it. I just sucked on it. But I think it's a good layout for a map. I like how it's like the middle is just very open. And like there's always like BR or battle rifles that you could just pick up, or I guess DMR that you could just pick up and just fight each other from across the map and shit like that. I like that. I like that the grappling hook is a pickup. I thought it would be like an item that's in your inventory that's in a loadout or something, but it's just a pickup, and they're still fine tuning it to where like they were like one of the days it was like 3 uses and then it went to like 2. So they're still trying to fine tune how many uses you can have with it. But I love the feeling of using that grappling hook is very satisfying. Like I got a couple kills by just zooming in, like attaching it to a bot or a real player and just zooming in and just meleeing them in the back of the head. It's just very fun. Most of the guns are good. The assault rifle, the base assault rifle is really good. I really like it. Pistol, not so much. It's not a Magnum anymore. It's more like a regular like M9 or something. It's 12 rounds, and it takes a lot of bullets to kill people. Like a solid, I would say like 10 bullets, 10 rounds. But I feel like even when their shield's off, like it takes like 5 shots. If you don't go for the headshot, it's like 5 rounds when their shield is off. So I don't know. Not my favorite pistol. I prefer the pistol from like Halo 2 or 3. But the plasma carbine is hard to use. I like the grenades in the game. I like the layout of the power weapons. The bots, people are saying, "Oh, the bots are fucking ridiculous." Oh my god. The bots are good. They're decent. The bots aren't crazy amazing or anything. They did open up the beta, I think it was like on Sunday, for real players for like 2-hour period. I played during most of that. Now that shit was so fun. The bots were cool. I was entertained by playing with the bots, but when it opened up to real players, it was like, damn. Going back to the bots is kind of ass. Not gonna lie. It was very fun. What else? I guess. Graphics are good, better than they were before. Performance-wise, it's a mixed bag, complete mixed bag. Obviously, this is a technical test. Like random graphical issues, like random like purple, pink pops, and I don't know, stuff like that. Frame rate wise is cursed on PC. Like my GPU never went past 60% utilization, and I was like stuck at 70. Depending on the map, I'll be like 100 FPS to like 60 to 70. So it wasn't the best on PC. It was actually the best on console. Series X and Series S, 120 FPS modes ran apparently, well, not flawless, but better frame rates than I was getting on PC. So, you got any questions?
No. I mean, the pick me up. I think, like, I was hearing the rumors that it was like the grapple or whatever the I don't
Yeah,
know
the
what you
grapple
call it.
hook.
The grapple hook was pick me up, and so it would have been, I think, complete chaos if everyone was like having that shit like and doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody be flying around the map.
yeah. But like I said, this is what like I think is a nice balance between the new and old Halo fans. Still, I don't know how I feel about sprinting. Like you said, I think the shoot
The slide
the
mechanic.
slide mechanic is good in certain situations, but walking is also good in other situations. It's like you gotta like pick and choose if you want to like sprint slash slide, or if you want to just walk and have the ability to shoot. So it's interesting how veteran Halo players and new Halo players are going to battle it out, so to speak, when the game is free to play, because there's going to be like a lot more new Halo players as well. So it's going to be
Mhm.
interesting. Um, but yeah,
I think
like I said, everyone like you is like enjoying the multiplayer. It's going to be interesting to see how it fares with. I think the biggest competitor would be like Battlefield slash like Call of Duty, if that still comes out on time, because I think
yeah.
it's like those will be like the three big shooters of the holiday slash fall.
Yeah, agreed. I think I'm gonna probably rotate between this and Battlefield. I'm 100% playing this game. I don't know if it'll be my main game, but it's a good chance because it's just quick matches, 8-minute matches, versus Battlefield, where if I play like, if I play like Conquest, I'm in it for 30 minutes at least. So like for quick matches, this might be my go-to game for that. Also, I forgot it also has some audio problems where things were lowered and sometimes the sounds like you were in a cave when you're in the outside. You know, like how there's like a different reverberation of sound when
Yeah.
you're in a cave. Sometimes that happen, but hopefully that'll all go away. Final release. I'm praying because if this PC release sucks, that's gonna kill the game for me. I won't want to. I won't want to play it at all.
Yeah, hopefully, like, it's an old build, of course, is what they're saying. And once November hits, it's good. Well, how did the mouse and keyboard feel, though? Because
Oh
I
yeah.
know in the Master Chief Collection, it was a must to play with controller. Because mouse and keyboard wasn't good for, like, the
So
support.
mouse and keyboard actually feels good. The only problem is the frame rate.
Mm.
The frame rate was, it was like low frame rate, 60, 70 on some maps, 100 FPS, 90 on other maps. But the frame pacing of the game was like a jittering. It was like a constant erratic frame pacing, so it never felt smooth at the given frame rate. But outside of that, the actual mouse aiming felt great. It felt great. So I'm definitely mouse and keyboard up. I'm not even gonna touch a controller on the Infinite.
That was really good, and I forgot to mention, and it's gonna be quick. Abandon had a interesting tweet posted. I also can say that they did do the download for the Abandoned real time app. Have it downloaded on my PlayStation. I believe like their update or slash introduction is August 10th, which will be interesting to see what we see. And the interesting thing about the tweet is that they had a image with Abandon and a man with a eye patch, which of course Solid Snake slash Solidus, because of the placement of the eye patch. But we did find out that it was a character model from like the Unreal Engine store, which is very interesting. Rumors are running rampant saying that this app could potentially be like an announcement for Silent Hill slash Metal Gear Solid, or that this could be also PlayStation doing a experiment for like announcements for future titles with like the haptic feedback triggers that like this app is touting and all that, which would also be very interesting to see
Or
how that works out. Like
I
that's
don't
like
know.
the one of the big rumors, or not big rumors, theories about that app. But like I said, it's some people are saying that like I even did like a semi theory, but besides like the Hideo Kojima thing, it was like, oh shoot, that could be Blue Box could be like, let's say Blue Point Games and stuff like that with the Metal Gear Solid remake, which could also like be the case, and that
All the
also I was gonna say that, remember like how Sony Japan tweeted out that they acquired Blue Point. Maybe this is their also way of saying, yeah, with this announcement from Metal Gear Solid remake, that we're gonna say that we've acquired them and stuff like that. That they're working on that game. Like, there's a lot of theories about it. And also, I wanted to put a thing out there is Norman Reedus was on Instagram dancing with a bunny character. This bunny character was a
fuck.
character from Silent Hill.
Oh my
And
fucking
yeah,
god.
right? And it was just recent
I
too.
can't stand this shit.
And I'm like, wait a minute, Chief. Because a lot of people on Instagram didn't know what that character was. Because like Norman Reedus, he's like a big star for Walking Dead, so he has a lot of Walking Dead fans. So they're like,
Yeah.
oh, what is this? Then you go down, and then finally you'll see maybe one or two people say, oh, this is Silent. What is this Silent Hill reference here? So it's like there's a lot of weird shit going on. Like I said, especially with you know Norman abandon all the shit.
Bro, this shit is fucking silly. Honestly, I'm at the point now. It's like I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care until we actually get confirmation of what the fuck is happening. Because this shit is fucking silly.
You can
It's getting
say,
ridiculous.
yeah, you can say though, right? It's getting so ridiculous. You would think Sony would have done something by now, right?
I would assume. I
Exactly.
don't fucking know, man.
Sony would have gotten and say, "Hey, man, this is not Metal Gear Solid. This is not this and that." But they're back in the studio, so for what reason, nobody knows. But I did also want to mention before we go, PS5 beta. SSDs, they expanded the storage
God damn it.
because we're a little bit like we're going over time. But can say
Mm.
do not do the beta. Wait until testing happens when it comes to like Jason's, all these other people, maybe Linus. Because
wish-
they could break like I said, you're being a beta tester. They even said in the thing that you'll be liable for like the damages, and that would probably void the warranty, I would assume. So I would wait for the people that do the tests and all
Mhm.
that, but you would need a like an how do I pronounce it, Auroras type of car with a heat sink or anything
Auroras.
like that, or WD something. Mark Cerny, talking about promoting whatever. Use one of those with a heat sink if you're wanting to venture out. Other than that, I mean, I don't got much more to say.
I wish fucking we would have talked about it next week, so we could have fucking.
I mean, we
Alicia
can talk
here,
more
'cause-
about it, but because there'll be more stuff coming out later of it, right?
Yeah, possibly, but god damn it, I just want to say, people that said, "Oh, Gen 4 SSDs don't need heat sinks," you're fucking wrong. They get hot. All of them get hot because of the speeds that they're going at. They will get hot, and when they get hot, they will thermal throttle. That is it.
Yep.
That's why they put so much emphasis on putting a heatsink in that document. They didn't do that for fun. It's like, we strongly recommend you use a heatsink. Like, I don't know. But yeah, like, it's good that they're finally doing something about that. I really hoped that they wouldn't go a full year without having expandable storage. That would have been fucking silly. And my answer to, or I asked the question, like, why wasn't this here at launch? Because there were Gen 4 SSDs that came out before the PS5 came out, and they were the recommended spec. So I don't know what the fuck took them a year to figure out how to use the SSD. I don't know if they were trying to figure out like the channels or like how it interacts with the CPU or whatnot. Because I don't know. All I gotta say is the PS5 was a rushed console. Yeah.
All right.
So that
Well,
the Series X wasn't. Well, not as much. It was well more prepared. Way more prepared over launch.
Overall, like I said, it's interesting that they went through this, and with the beta, personally, it shouldn't have been a beta, but that's my stance on it. And I don't think people should do it. Wait until it's official and all that, so you're not liable.
Yeah.
But yeah, good podcast episode. Hopefully we'll have more news coming out. Like I don't know, this week's also Monday and Tuesday has been dry as hell. So it's gonna be interesting what like this continued week going forward as well as next week is gonna like have in store for us because you know nobody knows and it's just like damn man we are literally starving for like news and all that but we're having
Yeah,
some good games coming out I know 12 or was it 12 or 13 minute coming out I believe in August 19th I think or something like that so we have a couple of cool games coming out for this month.
more indie greatness.
Mm-hmm. So they still don't have a price point for that game. I don't know why, but whatever.
It probably shouldn't be anything more than. I mean, they have
No, they
real
have
actors.
real.
So
Yeah, I know, right? Well, imagine they
I
charge
don't
like
know.
fucking
I mean,
$60 for that shit.
it
I'd be
it
like,
it can't be
damn.
any. Depending on the length of the game, it can't be any more than $40. Cause I would imagine it's like at most a 5 hour game. If it's more than $40 or 40, even $40 is kind of crazy. Like $30 max. If it's a 5 hour game, $30 max. Cause
What if it's
I would
12 minutes?
assume you're
What
gonna
if
be in
it's
the
12 or
same.
13 minutes?
If it's actually 12 or 13 minutes and you just replay it nonstop, then I mean,
So what?
$20 max. I
No,
don't know,
I
bro.
was
They
just
shouldn't have
saying the
got
12
what is
minute play length, and that was it.
I don't know what the fuck they want with these fucking real fucking actors in an indie game. I don't
I
fucking
want to
know.
know how they get the money for that shit. Being made.
Bro, they fucking what you call it? Fucking Microsoft really threw the bag at them. Oh no, it's actually published by Annapurna Interactive.
Yeah,
Well, at
see?
least the PC version. Oh man, like they threw the fucking bag at him. I don't know why or how, but shit, I guess.
Yeah. But so it is. Yeah, I can't wait for more games to come out. All I say next month will be like fucking great for me. I think it'll be the best month of the year when it comes to games for me personally. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're watching VOD, hit the like button, subscribe, share, follow everybody here, and follow Alish as well. And yeah, we'll be coming back like every other week, like usual. And only time we'll come back every week is if we get a constant flux of gaming news that we could talk about. But I don't know, this whole year in general, like in terms of gaming news, is just not that big. So it is what it is. But Blessed, where can they find you at?
Find me at Blessed Red. Oh no, at underscore Blessed Red on Twitter and at Blessed Red on Twitch. I've been streaming recently. Next game I'm gonna stream. I haven't thought about it. Oh, I might stream the eldest soul. I might buy that and stream that. I'm kind of interested in playing that or streaming that in particular. I haven't really been interested in like streaming this, and I'll probably just play that on my own downtime. Um, and also I've been posting. I'm gonna keep posting videos. I posted one gameplay for Halo, the Halo Infinite beta, and I have another video that's gonna air at 9 a.m. It's gonna be basically a collection of PvP matches that I did in Halo's beta, which they were really fun matches. So you should check them out on my YouTube, Blessed Red.
All right. Well, guys, make sure to check out Bless Alish as well. And yeah, as me as well, I will be heading back into streaming on Twitch sometime soon, getting better in terms of health wise. Um, once I'm fully recuperated, I will just like be streaming a lot. So I don't know if I'll be streaming this weekend, but it is a big possibility that I will be. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to share and like, subscribe. And this is the Overload Podcast. Peace.